What is up, everyone? Welcome back to the Pastel Podcast. It's your favorite.
You've been coming from my brand lately. The Teddy
Yep.
Fresh, the bright colors. I
Yep.
mean, even your smile looks a little different.
Thank you. I'm actually my blonde hair dye is in the mail.
Oh
So
my god! You hit the 100,000 club, and now you just think that you got to be a cool kid. No, I like the wardrobe change. I got to give you kudos. You know,
Thanks.
You went from grandma sweaters to really awesome multicolored pastel hoodies. It's
Grandpa sweaters.
Yeah,
there wasn't
yeah.
any like crocheted flowers on it, guys. We didn't plan this at all. We're just same energy, same mindset right now.
Oh, we are not going to be same mindset soon, which will be fun.
Yeah.
There is some controversy brewing around these Sanrio cards, so let's get there.
Controversy that was started by Zach, mind you. We'll get into that. I gotta defend my boy this whole week. Okay, so we're gonna be talking about the update. We're gonna be talking about our predictions. We're gonna be talking about the items and if it is a good update. Because Zach, I'll start off by saying this: I am so torn whether or not I like this update. Like, the trailer came out, and I was like, literally, my reaction, I was just like staring into space because it like ended. It was a minute long.
Tell the people what I text you. Tell the people how you found out about the trailer.
So this is how I wake up, mind you. I woke up like at 9:15. It came out 9:09. I got a text from Zach saying "R.I.P. Animal Crossing." R.I.P. Animal Crossing. So like, my first thing is, okay, Brewster's not in this trailer, obviously,
right?
But you scared me. I was optimistic.
63 seconds, man. 63 seconds long.
15 seconds of it was pave dancing.
And 8 seconds was like copyright, Nintendo 2021 or whatever it says. Gosh.
I literally woke up, read that, and was like, oh no.
I do have to say though, Pat, now look, you got the 100K, you got to set alarms. You got to get up before 9. You knew the trailer was coming. Come on. Mm-hmm. The people need you to be timely. True. I'm late for everything, but I'm not late for those trailers.
But there's also this thinking where you kind of delay it a bit, and they're like, "Wait, where's Pat's reaction? I gotta see this."
Reaction. Okay, you're just hyping them up.
Yeah,
getting them ready.
So it's
baiting them all into eager anticipation. Well, hey, it works.
Businessman Pat. The thing is, I go to bed too late. I gotta like.
Me too.
Gotta stop that.
Man, what's late for you?
Like 3 a.m.
Oh my god. Okay. I was gonna say I was like the 2 or 3 train for a while, and then I literally would wake up looking like a zombie. So then I bumped it back to like 1 to 2. And then I was really good. I was like, it has to be 12. I need my 12 to 8 every day. And then now it's back to like 1:30. But I've never been able to go on low sleep. You know, like a lot of people are like great on 6 hours. I'm just not. And I remember being in high school and kids would pull all-nighters and be like, oh yeah, I was playing Call of Duty all night, or oh, I was studying. I would die. I just can't do that. My body's just not built that way.
Yeah, I gotta fix that. Like I survived on like 5 hours of sleep for like the longest time. Like I used to work overnight, so.
Oh really?
Yeah, I gotta change that. Yeah. Okay, so I went to the people, and I actually put this poll out the day of the update. Michelle, thank you very much for the 5.
Oh, we have 2 polls, don't we?
We have 2 polls. Okay, this is the first one.
This isn't the one I was expecting.
So I put it up, and the wound was fresh. Okay, I wanted to get your raw opinions. So I said, what do you grade the new update trailer? A, B, C, or D? And Zach, the winner was 39% graded this a C, 36% with D, 19% with B, and 6% must love twerking, because they give it an A. So Zach, think about this before you get flamed in the comments. Yeah. Okay, what do you grade this?
You asked for honesty, and that's all I can give you. I gave it a D. I was one of the 36% that gave it a D.
Okay,
it's the first update of 2021. Dougie B in his Koopa Castle said that we were going to be getting same quality updates in the second year, and it was 63 seconds, and it's. I mean, from a trailer perspective, I think it was the least inspiring trailer we've ever seen. At least the Christmas Thanksgiving trailer had both. This was literally like, festival. That's what we got for you. And they didn't even have the decency to tell us about the reactions. They were like, hey, suss it out yourself.
They did show the reactions.
They did, but they should have at least put one of those little like tiny corner cards that said like 4 new reactions at Nook's Cranny or something.
Yeah. So I voted C. Now I will say this. We got to say this though, just to be fair to Nintendo. they did say in the last trailer, well, they didn't say, but they showed a card, and all it showed was Pave, and it said late January, scheduled for late January, which is something else we're going to talk about. And they delivered on the Pave thing. They didn't. Our expectations were so high because this is year 2. We want new villagers. We want to be able to do backflips, they just didn't deliver on our expectations. But Nintendo did deliver on what they said.
Well, I'm going to hold you to this, because then the next update, when we get a mushroom item and a star item, they delivered. You can't give it an F. You have to give it an A for delivery.
Okay. But I will say what they did bring, the items in Pave and the event itself, looks pretty cute. It looks good. The items are high quality. They're tropical. They're pretty cute. Now, after the update came out, then all these screenshots surfaced of like a Resetti item and football items and like some what is it? New Year items? I don't even know.
The Setsuban Bean Festival, the Korean New Year. Yeah.
Yes. And then we got Valentine's Day items, which is kind of like a shocker. And then we learned more about like the reaction set and things like that. I personally said that those aren't really like crazy things to show off in a trailer, but like in a minute-long trailer, Zach, why didn't they show that off? Like, why didn't they show something?
You know, what I said in my reaction, the only reason I wasn't, exploding is if this is just lackluster because of COVID, because of difficulties working from home. I mean, I would like to believe that, honestly, because for me, the updates have gone on a downward trajectory, and perhaps the early content was planned in advance and was prepared in advance, and now this later content, they're trying to, piece together work from home style, and maybe it's just not as easy as we think. I would love to give them that benefit of the doubt, because otherwise, it's so minor. And I guess it's just the lens that you look through it at. Like, hey, some new items. They're very cool items. Like the whole Pave set is great. I can't deny that. But then it's like, okay, well, the game already has less than New Leaf. The game, sold 30 million copies in a year. The game is one of the most successful money-making things in the world right now. And this is what they, it would be like if you hit 100K, Pat, and you're like, as a thank you to all my loyal subscribers and fans, I'm now going to be releasing 5-second videos with barely any content. I hope you guys enjoy. It's free, so don't expect anything more. So It's just how you look at it. I think it's very... What I don't understand is why Nintendo doesn't go to the tens with these things. They have a fan base that adores the game. They have plenty of people that still are probably yet to purchase a Switch and yet to purchase the game. And if there was consistent, oh my gosh moments, like... I would say Fortnite right now is the best example of continuing to deliver oh my gosh moments even when they don't need to, right? Like they bring in the Avengers, they bring in Master Chief, they bring in, Kratos, they bring in Travis Scott. They do all these things to keep the game exciting. I'm not sure why Nintendo doesn't view Animal Crossing the same way.
Yeah. I wanted to talk about, we were going to talk about COVID later in the show, but I want to bring this up, okay?
Okay.
Because the common misconception with a lot of people is that, this small Animal Crossing team was like working on this Pave event while celebrating Christmas at home and like, guys, this game has been in development for like 6-7 years. Like, I truly think that every event that we've seen so far, including this Pave event, has been done for years. I really do. And like maybe little things like, maybe like inventory expansion and things like that, where maybe quality of life updates that they recently like added in. But I feel like Pave was on the card in the beginning. So like, I don't know. I think it's a lackluster update, but I think this is planned. Like this has been planned. There's no way that Nintendo is releasing the Halloween update and then grinding away for the Christmas one. Like they're done already.
No, but I also don't know that Pave and Festival was like signed, sealed, delivered when the game shipped on March 20th.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it's very easy for me to say this is absolutely garbage. I'm trying to come up with some sort of other side of why maybe this feels lackluster. It could very well be like, hey, Nintendo they think they're doing enough and they're going to, look, we can take other examples from Nintendo. They have an entire library of NES, SNES, N64, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, GameCube games, and they put out like 2 or 3 a month, sometimes every 2 months. They drip feed that so slowly, and they don't do what they could to. I mean, they could make if they just put their full SNES catalog on Nintendo Switch Online, they'd make so much more money. But they continue to do things that are strange and limited, and they're removing Mario on March 31st because who knows why. So it very well could just be like, hey, Nintendo's just ridiculous in certain ways, and they do ridiculous things. But I don't remember what episode it was, but a while back, I think it was when we were first kind of when we were talking about the Jack update, saying that was lackluster. Which, holy cow, that was great compared to this.
Oh, I never said that.
I know you did. I did.
Flip.
We were talking about it, but back then we had discussed and said, like, has Nintendo just established a successful formula of giving their fans the littlest morsel to get them excited, and they make money and they sell games and they don't feel like they need to do more? I just don't understand, when you have a franchise this successful, why you wouldn't want to make it the absolute best that it could possibly be. Why you wouldn't
especially with the numbers.
Right. Strive to please those people, reward those people, and absolutely deliver. And yes, they don't listen to our podcast, and yes, they don't read every tweet, but they got to be aware of what people want in the game. They have to be aware of what updates were exciting and not exciting. It's odd to me that they wouldn't over deliver every single time, but when they roadmap this stuff up, you might be right. Maybe they had it from the beginning and they're like, I mean, maybe the 3-year thing is a curse as much as it is a blessing. Hey, we need to stretch this out over 3 freaking years.
Yeah. And I want to just like make this clear. Like, Zach and I are coming off critical and negative, but like, we truly want to talk about and the reason why I say this is because Pocket Camp just came out with a February update. And that looks, guys, there's like chocolate fountains, and like Pocket Camp is like a resort, and we're like a Motel 6. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So like there is, and like game developers can work from home, so it's like this gray area where, yeah, we could blame it on COVID and things like that, but like Pocket Camp is getting so much content, so many like awesome items, very creative. Like we've talked about the Kiki set and things like that. And I guess because, they can constantly make money from Pocket Camp and things like that, that's probably, the justification for that. But
it's not, I don't even know that it's that. It's just some of these strange decisions are just, I mean, it could be that, but I'd love to be a fly on the wall, because look at Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. That is a 28 million seller, 26 million seller, whatever it is, game. They've never released a single DLC for that. Do you know if they put out a track pack or a character pack or a Switch 2.0 pack, that would sell so much and they would make so much money? So they just seem to operate on their own wavelength that a lot of times just makes no sense. But
yeah,
I saw that update and I was like, dear God, we are in trouble for 2021.
So yeah, we did get some things that weren't like, I had to like go frame by frame and dissect this thing. We got new reactions, new items, seasonal items, things like that. We didn't really get like game-changing things. I think I said in my breakdown, like, this isn't a reason to like pick up your game again if you're burnt out or something like that. Right. But I will say I streamed the first, 3 hours of what we can, because it is a time-locked event. But it's just a super fun event, like the dancing and the items. I gotta say, I was looking for some spice and some like just genuine fun with the game, and I feel like this update delivered that.
Yeah, it's charming. The maracas are great. I like throwing the beans.
Yep.
The confetti maker is great. I just think about, like, if this was The Division or if this was Assassin's Creed, the equivalent would be like, hey, there's a new helmet, there's a new emote, and there's a new trophy that you can put in your character's house. Like those games, when they update, they usually bring new levels, new content, and occasionally it's paid or it's season pass style, but more and more games have gone with a completely free model to keep players, in the loop and in the game. I know it's free. I know they don't have to deliver anything more. It's just very weird when the game is a sequel and it still feels like it is less than the last title.
Yeah.
There's
also a couple of things to unpack too. Like there's a giant community with this game, a giant passionate community that's still, designing and crazy things like that.
Absolutely.
But like this game, and like nothing against you, I'm talking to like a lot of people that are kind of bummed about this, is like, this game isn't necessarily like a Fortnite or something where it's not really built for daily updates and things like that. Like this is like a slow burn, and that's the route that they want to take with updates. Like they want to come back in 2 months for another little event to keep you interested. So I personally think this March event, I don't want to like overhype it because I got some flack for saying Brewster's coming and things like that.
Oh boy.
But like this is Mario, this is potentially Nintendo, this is Sanrio, which we're going to get into. Grab your teacups. And this might be a 1-year anniversary update. So, you know, a March update might be a cool, it might be big, might be small. What are you thinking when you saw the Mario?
I saw scheduled again, and that honestly is the main reason I bring up the COVID concern is like it says scheduled.
Yeah.
So whether they had it developed, whether they had it planned, it has to be affecting them at some capacity. Otherwise, they just say available late March or available, you know, whenever it's going to be. I expect the update to be March 10th, which is Mario Day. This is the last update before we cross over to Bunny Day again.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if they just bring a few items. To me, that's like closing the book because I can't see them saving new NPCs for like, oh, surprise, it's Bunny Day again and we have a new NPC. I don't know. I'm hopeful though. I think the fact that it's dedicated to Mario versus just like an inclusion.
Yeah.
That seems exciting, but I'm going to be I mean, the last 3 updates now to me have been struggling. So I'm going to be very, very tentative.
So this Mario update comes, it shows a bunch of Mario items. Mario hops in the game. We're just saying, what is at the end of this update for you? What would you predict is at the end, like the coming soon or scheduled or
nothing?
Really?
Do you remember the
that would be
the spring trailer, the Leaf trailer, the one that ended? I think it was the Leaf trailer. Was it the Leaf trailer that had like the quick calendar that showed like International Museum Day and all that?
Yeah.
Okay, so at the end of that trailer, it just is like some snapshots of Cyrus and Reese, and then there's nothing at the end of it. It doesn't say like there's no new title card or when it's coming or what's happening, and I think that's what we get again.
Oh no.
Because to me, the next update after this will be like their E3 season, whatever they decide to do, you know, in the summer. That will be like the update time. I would imagine.
It's gonna be interesting. Yeah, like I was scared about what was happening at the end of this trailer, and then I saw the Mario, and I was like, okay. But the next trailer, I don't know because March. Yeah, we have April going into maybe April Fools type. Maybe Blanca shows up, but we also have to say Pave was the last NPC that had like a graphic on like the updates for Animal Crossing. So it's kind of scary. Like, guys, enjoy this time because the unknown is coming fast. So
is Brewster dead? Can we take a minute to just give
Brewster's
our
dead.
Thoughts? You think
Brewster is 6 feet underground? What do you think? Like, I don't know what to say anymore.
I don't know either. It's just blasphemous to me that you look at Animal Crossing, they look at New Leaf, and they're like, okay, we had Cap'n and Tortimer and Brewster. Okay, let's just leave those guys out.
Yeah.
What is that conversation like in Nintendo? We need to cut costs. The Switch is failing. We can't put more money into like what? Why is that? I don't understand. I would love to be again. I'm just gonna go get hired by Nintendo. I want to find out. I want to specifically find out what they think about Animal Crossing. Gosh, I still think he'll come.
Yeah. Cap'n. I think that we're gonna get a new NPC for Cap'n.
Okay.
So Cap'n, like I don't think Cap'n's coming back. Brewster kind of fits that bill though of like Nat and Chip. Like he's an older sort of NPC. I'm wondering if someone else is gonna fill his spot for the coffee gig. But in the data mine, did it say it said Brewster, right?
I don't know that it said Brewster. I think it just referenced like a coffee. Like a cafe shop inside the museum. I don't know that it specifically said Brewster. It did say gyroids though, which also led people towards Brewster.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, but yeah, we don't know anything besides that. Listen, it was a minute trailer. There were some items they did deliver on Pave, but it's just like.
How long do you think Pave the event is going to take you?
So. You got to collect feathers to make these things. I won't spoil. Did you see the last item that you get?
Yeah.
The Pave?
Yeah.
Okay. That
I didn't say it. I didn't say
it. Was good. It was good. That item is incredible, by the way. Someone
beautiful.
mailed it to me. I think it's going to be like a 20 to 30 minute thing. Like, I think we're going to have to find the feathers. Our villagers might give us the feathers and things like that, but yeah, it's going to be another short event. Now, there's been some controversy about the fact that people can't craft these items yet. These are event items, so I don't know where that's coming from. Like, you can go to your Nooks and you get like a single color per island, trade with friends or whatever. But yeah, I think it's going to be longer than Toy Day, shorter than Turkey Day.
I was hoping that the feathers would start falling at the beginning of the update, just so you could like collect them.
Yeah. But yeah, it seems like we are getting one final item from Pave. And that's it. One item, Zach. And there we go.
Wait. I mean, March 10th isn't that far. You know, it's about 5.5 weeks, so that's really good. I don't know. I feel like the last couple updates we've been saying the same things, and clearly Nintendo doesn't feel the same way we feel. I mean, that much is obvious.
So we had another bit of
oh, this is the good stuff.
Controversy. Guys, get out your teacups. This is the controversial side, all right? So after the trailer came out, I want to say maybe an hour, right? Less than an hour? I don't know.
Like 40 minutes.
Nintendo of America posted that the Sanrio Animal Crossing amiibo cards are going to get re-released, or released for the first time in the US, but re-released. Are they getting... I think UK is getting them and other places.
UK and Canada. Yeah.
So the Sanrio, if you guys haven't played Animal Crossing or whatever, there was a Hello Kitty Sanrio Animal Crossing collab in New Leaf, and we got, there was like 5 Sanrio villager sets, like furniture sets, and they came via they came via the RV. So that's how they used to do it. Characters would used to come in the RV park and used to be able to take their items and things. Now they're re-releasing. We got to unpack this, okay? So this is going to be a Target exclusive, which is odd. And they've changed the packaging where the New Horizons logo is on the pack now, but the picture of these characters is still the New Leaf RV.
Right.
And they're releasing in March for $6.99 or $5.99.
Yeah, I think it's
March 26th. Zach immediately grabs his gel, slicks the hair back, makes a video, says, Pat, the Sanrio characters are 100% confirmed with the items. You started a little bit of controversy, Zach. We got to unpack this. So why were you so confident? Or just talk about your feelings about them.
Yeah, I mean, to me, that was way more exciting than the trailer. I think that was like, maybe Nintendo was like, we're going to save these for March. And then they saw the reaction. They're like, crap, we got to do something. Just, send the tweet, put these cards out there. Because they're still coming out, in 2 months. Patrick Star, there's no way that they didn't say we're releasing them like leftovers. They said they're making them, for the US for the first time. They signed an exclusive deal with Target. They changed the packaging. They say they'll be compatible with listed games. They say there's further details coming in a later date, and you're telling me that they're going to be dead on arrival. You're going to open this pack, and they're going to do what they already do and just give you a poster. That's insane. Okay, first of all, as I love to point out, for every person that's on Twitter and pays attention to all this stuff, there are probably 3 or 4 people that aren't as invested as we are. Those people show up at Target, they pay $6.99 for the cards, they're being advertised. I'm assuming Nintendo's going to market them since they already are 2 months in advance. It's not like, when they did the amiibo card push a while back when they re-released some of those, it was very like low-key, I felt. I mean, they were back in stock, but it was very low-key. But if Nintendo markets this in advance and says they're going to have more information at a further date, you go to Target, you buy the card, you see the cute character, you get the RV, you scan it in your game, and it says, here's a poster. That would be disastrous.
That it would be odd. I will agree with you with that. So currently, by the way, the cards are extremely rare.
Yes.
Like, you can still buy them online, but the prices are crazy. Right now, if you go to Harv's Island and you swipe in one of these Sanrio cards, you get a cute, amazingly cute poster and there's 5 posters of this. So you scan them in and you get posters, and that's all they do. Their name registers in Harv's. It's interesting because some amiibos, some like NPCs, their name doesn't even register, and it says you can't use this amiibo here.
Right.
The names register. So that's an interesting thing. I don't know. This seems to me like Nintendo has the Animal Crossing community in the palm of their hands, and they're like, hey, remember this collectible that was impossible to get? We're going to re-release it so that the fans have every sort of collectible available. I wouldn't doubt if it just did the same thing. But I will say, to your point, they've re-released the amiibo cards, and for anyone that's new to this franchise, you can scan in the amiibo card and a villager comes. It would be weird to train a new wave of players to then buy amiibo cards and nothing happens when you swipe them in. So that I do agree with.
Yeah, that's another just perfect piece of evidence. Those cards are technically not from New Horizons, and yet they have a totally New Horizons way of working, right? That art, those cards, they were not done for New Horizons, and yet they pop in New Horizons as New Horizons. I know it's hard to expect greatness from Animal Crossing and Nintendo right now, but I'm telling you, if they reprinted them as the new Leaf packaging and said like, oh, grab these cards, we're re-releasing them, and hey, they're gonna maybe they'll unlock an item in what do you call it, New Horizons, that would be one thing. I'm pulling up the tweet right now because I want to specifically see their wording, but they signed an exclusive deal with Target. They're not just like refilling the retailer chains. They had to make new agreements to bring these to the United States, and to bring them for a poster and screw over fans just seems absolutely absurd. On their,
I would assume that they would need to. Do they need to do anything with the Hello Kitty license? Do they need to get that back, probably, or?
I mean, I would imagine to sell it, because the tweet reads, the Animal Crossing Sanrio collaboration pack comes to the US for the first time. You'll be able to use these vibrantly designed amiibo cards in compatible games. I will quit Animal Crossing if these don't have anything besides the poster. There's no way. They changed the packaging, and they're completely, I don't know, man.
The packaging is a little sus. It's all over the place, honestly. We have New Horizons branding. We have New Leaf RVs. Like, it's all over the place. Now, we need to talk about this too, okay? Because March, it might be a heavy Mario update, but there is a small chance. Don't read into this at all, because I don't want to bring your hopes up there.
Right.
But there is a chance that it is a Nintendo update. They re-add the functions of the Nintendo amiibos, and then that would make sense, because like, oh yeah, all amiibos can swipe it. So there is smoke to this. Like, they could add just functionality for all the amiibos back. We can get Nintendo villagers. The items I'm not as sold on, like you are, but I think the villagers, there's a chance.
What do the amiibo cards do if you scan them into New Leaf?
The
current
the
ones.
amiibos?
Yeah, the amiibo card. Yeah, the cards or the amiibo. What do they do in New Leaf?
They go in the RV park.
Okay, so they come in the campsite here, so it's totally plausible for them to do the same thing. Like if those amiibo cards did nothing, I think then I would be tilting more towards, okay, maybe they'll just do nothing again. But they did make modifications for those amiibo cards to appropriately work in New Horizons, despite them releasing years before New Horizons. So to say that these ones just won't work, and to your point, players have been trained. So to get that card, to buy, Chelsea, who's kind of terrifying, or to get Marty or whoever, and then scan them in, and you're like, where is it? Where is he? Like, the Nintendo support line would have 500, 5,000, 50,000 calls.
Yeah. I mean, we can both agree that you're not swiping in Rilla. Can we just agree that? Rilla's, Rilla's not too good. I am going to go out there, and because of Nintendo's past actions, I will say that if you swipe in these amiibo cards, you're going to get the posters. I really do. And that would be mind-boggling to me, but at the same time, it's a piece of Animal Crossing merchandise or history, not to get too extreme, that is currently like unavailable and is like, locked behind scalpers. Now, if you are fortunate to get these amiibo cards, good for you, because the re-release of the old amiibo cards, I didn't see at all in stores. I
Yeah,
bought
they're
some
online.
from I bought them online, but I thought there was rumors that they were going to be, or there was reports that they were going to be in retail stores. I never saw them. So I know people did find them in Best Buy, but
Apparently,
I'm gonna.
did you also notice that the poster catalog has been removed? Like that they were put in the catalog and now they're no longer there. I mean, and I don't know.
Wait, the Sanrio villagers?
They aren't catalogable anymore. You can't like order them and. And here's the other thing. I've seen people say, and I see people in chat saying like, okay, so the Japanese cards give you posters, but the US ones would just give you something completely different. But the issue is they're coming out March 26th, so I believe their functionality will be activated for all versions of the cards on that day via an update. I don't think, like, I guess that's the real debate. Are they going to infuse some sort of Sanrio update? And to me, the fact that they're 2 months out,
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't see a way where they, because by that then the current amiibo cards shouldn't work either.
Yeah.
And maybe it was a behind the scenes licensing thing as well. Maybe they did need a re-up, like you said, with Sanrio. Maybe they didn't when New Horizons released, so those Japanese ones didn't work, or maybe they weren't ready in the game. I don't know.
Yeah. But what is it? March 26th?
March 26th.
March 26th. Hop into your nearest Target. Maybe if your Target's good, you can stop into Starbucks. I like the Starbucks combination Targets. And yeah, I don't know. I'm expecting them to be non-existent. So, yeah. The one good thing about it is that they've changed it up. So, if you open a Japanese pack of the Sanrio cards, it's 2 cards and an art card.
Right.
These new re-release, it's all of the Sanrio characters. So you only need to buy 1 pack. It's not like you're going to get different characters in each, which is really cool, which might prevent scalping a little bit.
Right.
So good luck. March 26th. I figured we would report on it because
it's paid DLC. Your paid DLC is finally coming.
Yeah.
This is it.
I'm fine with this, by the way. I mean, it causes a little bit of problem because if you can't find the amiibo cards, then you can't get the villagers. It would kind of be cool if they maybe if they added like a digital Sanrio pack as like a little add-on. That would actually be dope. I would like that. Little $5.99 Sanrio digital pack. I don't know how they would do it, but
yeah, that's getting real interesting because if they update the game to include those villagers, are they acquirable strictly via the amiibo cards, or is there some in-game method to to get them?
So I actually did a poll about this too. So this is the NookTalk poll 2. I said, with the re-release of the Sanrio Animal Crossing amiibo cards, or will the re-release of the amiibo cards add more functions to them when they release in March? 56% say no. They'll just keep the poster items.
The card doesn't even have the poster on it, so it's just a complete sham. Like, I just don't understand.
Yeah. It's super weird. 33% say yes, they'll add the villagers and the items. And 11% says yes, but just the villagers. So interesting. I mean, you guys seem to be actually half and half.
Yeah.
So this is good. I'm excited for this. I personally think it'll just be posters, which will be super weird. But I don't know.
I think that would be the last day I played Animal Crossing. If the Mario update's garbage and then they do that with those cards, like, I don't know. They have like the class action lawsuits about Joy-Con. I'd want to start a class action lawsuit against the cards. Come on, like, you have a card that has a picture of stuff on it and then it doesn't give it to you, but it did in the last game, like, and now it says compatible with this game, but it's not really compatible.
The one thing that sends me, in deep thought is the New Horizons logo. I just don't know why they would add a New Horizons logo.
Exactly.
Like,
why?
I mean, I will say this though: there was never U.S. packaging, so they had to make a new package. But they could have.
They've also made new Japanese packaging, and they've also made new UK packaging.
Yeah, I don't know. Realistic Pat is being negative right now. I think it's going to be posters, but we'll see. We shall see on March. That would be something that they show, though,
okay.
right?
Let me say this as my closing argument, and I don't have it pulled up here. Maybe I do, but in their press release about the update, when they also discussed the cards and whatnot, it specifically says that more information will be given at a future date. Well, if it's just the posters, there's not much more information to give. Sorry, guys, these cards suck. Don't buy them. Like, what is the information to give? Hey,
yeah,
don't buy these. They just give you the poster like you could already have. Like, I think the more information indicates also that, hey, we're going to talk about these characters and show them off. And I mean, I would imagine if they already had the licensing agreement for New Leaf, that it was pretty easy to recapture for New Horizons. And they're not any new species, right? There's nothing fancy about it. It just would be throwing in new villagers. Yeah. I mean, hey, I'm looking forward to either I have a lot of Animal Crossing videos to make, or the content is done on my channel, March 26th. Find out then. 2 months ago, guys.
I mean, we do have Good Morning Mario, which is fire, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, like there's some people in the chat. If I don't know better, and I'm like a 10-year-old boy or girl, and I'm like, Mom, I really want these cards. I love this game so much.
Mm-hmm.
And they buy these cards, and I go to Harv's or anywhere, and it doesn't work. It just seems weird to me. It just seems a little bit weird. Maybe this is for like the hardcore, you want your everything about New Horizons. I could also see that. But there's definitely some smoke here. I'm interested.
If they are the villagers, does this then become a phenomenal update? Because this is where you found out that they were adding 6 new villagers to the game.
Because they're coming out in March, they have to be... No, I'm not counting them with this update.
Okay, all right.
It's a PR release.
Trying to give a little love to the... 63 seconds, man. Imagine you're a Nintendo. Oh, people are excited for 2021 Animal Crossing. We got to deliver. We got to give them something good. What'd you guys put together? Well, it's a 54-second trailer, but if we add 9 seconds of, PR speak and trademark BS, we can extend it to 63. Gosh.
I think what it's going to be is it's either going to be just the posters or it's going to be the villagers, but their houses have exclusive items that you can't get. That's what I think it's going to be.
You don't think they'd bring the items as well?
I don't know how they would. Like, maybe they would craft them. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, crafting would make sense.
And, like, someone else mentioned, like, oh, what if Zach scans a villager in, and then I go to Zach's because that villager's in boxes. Can I take that villager? I don't think they care too much about that. I think it's going to be an open sort of
which lends more to thinking, like, okay, they might be acquirable in the game, some other method or whatever.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting. We'll keep tabs on it. I'm not too hopeful, but yeah.
I'm surprised. You're usually the hopeful one. You're like, the update's going to be great. It's going to be so fantastic.
I think a couple of them are cute. We're not going to ever talk about Rilla, but that sheep is cute.
You like Chelsea?
Chelsea's not too great. I like the sheep, and I like that little bear.
I like
little
Marty.
Yellow bear. Yeah, I think that's him. But anyway, that's about that. And then one little thing, which I thought was kind of interesting. There was a new item added to this update, and it was the mermaid fence. So this was something that was added. I guess it was like supposed to be added way back when Pascal was added, but it was like a bug or something.
Yeah.
So there's a new mermaid DIY if you guys want to go diving.
It's very fetch.
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
Kind of looks like your hoodie.
Yeah, a little bit.
I
feel like I just look like cotton candy. I kind of like it though.
You like cotton candy?
No, it's just air.
At Disney World, they have this like all natural, very like make your own flavor cotton candy, and there's like, I don't know, 20 flavors you can pick from, and you can mix and match, and then they make it right there. I never liked cotton candy, but that's pretty good. Let me read this to you real quick. This November, Animal Crossing Amiibo cards series 1 through 4 make their return to select retailers for $5.99 per pack. Use the Amiibo cards to invite characters to live on your island in Animal Crossing New Horizons. I feel like the fact that they're not saying what they do is because they want it to be like a fun, bigger deal. Like, I feel like they would have said, use the Amiibo cards to grab a cute poster for your house and be disappointed and hate us forever. Like, they would have said something, you know what I mean?
I don't know. Why would you announce this so early, though?
If it's a freaking poster, you're gonna announce it 2 months in advance for a poster? Come on.
I'm very torn. I'm super torn on it. I am gonna go out there and say it is a hardcore fan thing
at Target.
At Target,
the most hardcore fans shop at Target.
Honestly, for Animal Crossing, yeah, I bought like so much crap there. It's amazing. But yeah, that is our Sanrio debate. Guys, we're going to go to Q&A now. If you have any questions, put it in the chats. Any spicy questions. Yeah, that's the weirdest thing to me. Overall, this update was meh, but the items are good. The event looks fun. I can't really say I'm too disappointed, though, because, like, they literally just said it was pave. They didn't say... Right.
But that's
pave
like,
with Brewster.
But that's like saying the Leaf Earth Day update only said it was Leaf. And, you know, I think if we're just brutally honest, you and I both thought there would be another something in this update. Before, when that, you know, when we woke up that morning, I mean, I guess you didn't because you got my text, but...
R.I.P. Animal Crossing. Yeah. To me, it's fine. Like, it was a dancy little thing. I think our expectations for year 2 are just so high because, you know, as someone, like, people who cover this game, we're seeing a decline.
Right.
And, like, year 2 has so much potential. But here's the other thing. We're technically not in year 2 yet. Year 2 starts in March or April, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
One more final word on the Sanrio cards. This comes from Polygon, and I'm not going to say that Polygon has insider knowledge, but they do.
Polygon is trash.
They do interface with Nintendo much more than we do. Okay, like they have direct contacts, and in their article they said, perhaps more enticingly, the cards also include entirely new villagers to New Horizons at least: Rilla, Marty, Chai, Chelsea, Toby, and the one that I can't pronounce. There is no other way to get these.
Try to pronounce it. Try to pronounce it for me.
Atoll.
Oh my god.
There is no other way to get these folks, which might explain why complete sets of these cards for prior games sell for exorbitant prices. In other words, expect these cards to sell out quickly. Now, I'm not saying that they have some insider knowledge, but it does say previously you could only get some Sanrio posters via Harv's Island. In the images, we can spot a wide variety of new furniture items that aren't currently in the game, like character-themed beds and tables. I don't know. And I've seen people say, I have the cards, I scan them, they don't do anything. But they wouldn't do anything because it would be tied to an update. Because it's a big deal. And it's... I basically all I'm saying is I don't think there's any connection between what the cards do today and what they do on March 26th.
So if they're willing to make new packaging for a very niche Hello Kitty, you know, line, do you think we get New Horizons cards?
I mean, that would be the extreme hope, right? I mean, sign a new partnership, right? With the Ninja Turtles or... Wait, can we have a Color Pop moment? Did you get any makeup?
I didn't get any Color Pop.
I got some Color Pop.
Zach got... Okay, how much did you get, first of all? I don't even care.
2 palettes. Okay, I got the Nook palette, and I got the pink palette, which was Celeste? Somebody? I don't know. I got some Bell thing. I don't even know what it is. Glitter powder, face shine, sparkled. I don't know. And then I got a one of the lip gloss sets, which it was... I don't know. It was red. I don't know. I don't know what these things do, but I'm very excited to experiment with them. And I'm really excited to receive them and create a Get Ready With Me. It's like a blue-purple palette and like a pink palette. So
they make you look like a beauty. That's what they do.
Yeah, I mean, I'm ready to be beautiful.
When you start the video, can you say, "Hey, sisters"?
Gosh. Freaking gosh.
That is my most anticipated 2021 video ever. Like, yeah. So it's going to be a Get Ready With Me, Switch Force edition. Yeah. Please just, like, don't even joke, though. Be completely serious.
Oh, I'm going to be 100% serious. I have no idea. I'm also seriously clueless about what to do with any of this, but it's going to be 100% serious. It's going to be I'm going to do the whole thing. It's going to be, like, really, like, whispercore, like, hey, guys, welcome to my Get Ready With Me. I start off the morning with a nice cup of fresh tea. It's Tezo, and it's bought from Target. You can find it down your blah, blah. It's going to be really, like, I'm going to channel all of the weirdo YouTube channels.
I can't wait. I'm going to download that video and just play it when I'm sad. Okay. Questions. That's amazing, by the way. I was thinking of doing that. I just bailed on the idea. I don't know.
You're too busy buying my wardrobe, man.
Yep. Too busy.
Too busy. And too busy hitting 100K. Let's have a small moment. A small round of applause moment.
Thank you.
Golf clap for that 100K. Nicely done. Very, 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 very proud of you.
I got to ask you, like, I would assume that the Ghost Robo 100K was more memorable than Switch Force. Switch Force you hit in like a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was it like for you? What year was that?
So it was very cool because, and I won't go too nostalgic here, but so I started YouTube October 2010, and I hit 100K somewhere around September or October 2011. But I made a video in January. It was my first time on camera. I look like I'm 5 years old, and I was so nervous. And I was like, my goal for this year is to hit 10,000 subscribers. I know it seems like a ton, and it might not be doable, but I'm going to work so hard to get it. And then I hit 100K that year. So I was like floored.
Oh, you did it in a year?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Was there a specific video that did it, or were you just like fire?
No, I mean, what catapulted my channel was, and this sounds so freaking weird, but there was only like 3 or 4 channels doing game walkthroughs at the time. And I remember thinking, like, how can I get a leg up? And DC Universe Online came out, and I got it at midnight. And back then, nobody got games at midnight, and there weren't really digital releases because this is like PS3. And so I was like, let's start playing at midnight. And then I just did that for every game going forward. And so it got me a little bit of a leg up. But yeah, it was fantastic. I will say that, well, I don't know what they've done. Are they still sending you a plaque? Do you know?
I gotta like apply for it, but it's not like activated yet. Verification isn't activated yet. I guess it takes a few days, but
it's super fun to just be able to like, it like feels like it's like legitimizes it. Like, hey, look, here's my degree, but it's from YouTube.
My degree. I just want to point out this. Get your bedpan out. But my mod Amy says I was 5 years old when you started Ghost Robo.
I was 21.
Oh my god, that's amazing. Yeesh. But no, that's super cool. That's cool. And then Switch Force was what? Like
couple
did
months.
Your following follow? Yeah, couple months.
A decent amount, but I was also like the first. I mean, times have surely changed, but I was one of the very first Switch dedicated channels. So we just like went all in on. I mean, I was playing Switch in bed, Switch on an airplane, Switch in the car. Like,
yeah.
I kind of got in good with that. But yeah, that was pretty fast.
I won't lie. 2017, little Pat was looking at Switch Force like, I want to be them. But
yeah, you must have been what, like 7 back then?
Oh man, the quality was bad. Don't watch my old videos, okay? Please don't watch them.
No, but in all seriousness, awesome job, fantastic work.
Thank you. I feel validated. It's been like what, 4 years now?
That's awesome. Yeah. Good. You'll feel way less validated when I'm right about the Sanrio cards. So
here we go with Agent 3. What items do you think will be in the Mario update? Next episode is gonna be heavily involved with Mario.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you think?
Clothes.
No.
Yeah.
Do you think there's gonna be fun ones that like make us giant, like a Mario mushroom?
No.
Okay.
I mean, like warp pipes that get you around the island. I've seen that like thrown out there. That would be really fun. But I think it's gonna be. I mean, the hope would be that it's just a full set, a clock and a dresser and a Mushroom Kingdom themed stuff.
It's tough though, because there was a whole Mario set for New Leaf. It was pretty cool. Like we had wallpapers, things like that.
Right.
I think for the Mario update, we're going to get a similar spread of like a fishing tournament or like a bug off. Like there's probably going to be wallpaper items, things like that. But yeah, you have like Cappy hat, mushrooms. Yeah, like a mushroom set, possibly. Like I don't know though. Like a Mario mushroom set.
Like a stool.
Yeah, things like that.
I don't like. They could do such fun things like a Bowser tail, or like a Princess Peach. Well, they could do a Peach crown.
Yeah, I'm expecting like Mario, Luigi, Toad, Peach clothes.
Outfits.
Like I think that's pretty.
Yeah.
But okay, let's go over here. I'm trying to find questions because we've answered a lot of these.
I see so many people saying like, "Don't get your hopes high," and I just want to say that like, what is this game where we constantly have to say, "Don't get your hopes up"? Come on, man! Like this game sold 30 million copies. It made them billions of dollars. We should be able to get excited, or at least have our hopes up. What does that say about the AC?
Yeah, back when Nintendo was having directs, everyone in this. Oh, I hate this saying, like temper your expectations, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I agree, like it can help so that you don't get like betrayed or whatever.
Right.
But we live and breathe this game. Nintendo is a $1 billion company. I don't think being critical about a company like that is going to hurt their feelings. Like, this is a giant game. This is a generational game. And for the Switch, this is like one of the few games where you can constantly go back to. Like, this is a system seller.
It is the
like
number 2 best-selling game in Japan in the history of the world.
My expectations are always high, so like I don't know.
And it's a compliment to Nintendo. The reason our expectations are high is because we love what they do. It's not because we hate the game. It's because, you know, we want it to be all that it can be.
Yeah.
Did you
and
see?
It's not like.
Sorry.
What's
ahead.
that?
No, go ahead.
No, go.
Post Malone is writing a Pokemon song.
Okay, I should have just skipped that.
Katy Perry and Post Malone on the Pokemon 25th anniversary music hype train.
Oh my God! So is Katy Perry, right? Yeah, Katy Perry. Oh my Dan with the 20. Thank you so much. Do you think, with the way Animal Crossing games are evolving, we'll eventually have a farming/RPG based open world in the future? Where do you want to see Animal Crossing going with their genre? Dan, thank you so much for that. An open world style. Where do you see Animal Crossing going from here? Because I do have some sort of an answer.
Well, where do I want it to go, or where do I see it going? Two very different questions.
Where do you want to see it go?
I would love to see it expand into some sort of open world game or a bigger adventure. Or you would think with community being more and more of a focus that we would have the opportunity to have these huge play spaces. Like come to the Animal Crossing, you know, town center and there's hundreds of villagers running around, you know, a la a Fortnite or a Destiny. I think that would be the logical progression of the game would be to involve more community because so much of this game does revolve around sharing your ideas, sharing your, you know, we should be able to go to a department store and just scroll through hundreds of clothing options and custom furniture and, you know, a realty shop where you can see people's houses, and it should be very, very community driven and expansive in that way. Where do I see Animal Crossing going? I think it is like Pokemon, and they will continue to recreate the exact same game until the end of time.
Wait, slow down here. New Leaf to New Horizons, like scope wise, this is like crazy. My ideal Animal Crossing would be, you know how we have Harv's Island and like the random items or the random islands and stuff like that. I want that to be on one map. So like we could take a boat. Like I don't know if they're gonna do the island theme again, but like I want to be able to go to Harv's whatever or the island or whatever in the same sort of world. Like I don't want loading screens anymore. Like Animal Crossing, well, like maybe for the houses and stuff, but like I want sort of an open world, but you know, maybe like take a boat to get there or something like that. And maybe like going forward, maybe more customization, like kind of like Stardew Valley when you first start, you know, you can choose a mountain or you can choose like a farm with a lot of water in it. I would like some customization so that if I go to your island, it's completely different than mine. Like,
yeah,
you know, so
I'll ask you this as a follow-up question. Do you think the island theme is one and done?
I think so. Yeah. I think we're not going to get another island.
Be back to just a town
or something else. Like, I don't know what it could be. Space. I like that. But I mean, I personally liked, it's kind of frustrating because I really liked the idea of creating a town. Like you started on this deserted island, weeds everywhere and stuff like that. And then there was like some sort of storyline where you're creating a town and you're meeting these NPCs and like, it seemed very story heavy in the beginning, but then kind of just fizzled out. Right. I want more of the story. Yeah. I want more of that. Like,
yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, the characters are beloved. Give them more to say and more to do.
Like KK's final resting spot was a street performer. Let's just no, I don't like that. But yeah, I mean, there's pros and cons of this game compared to the last one. Like, was the RV park better than the campsite where they stay in the tent? Yeah, that was better. They just need to expand on some things.
I'm not saying I like the direction they're going. Yeah, I'm not saying it's the exact same game. I'm saying systematically, foundation-wise, it is following the exact same format and formula. And if you look at a lot of sequels, let's take Mario 64 to Galaxy, Sunshine, 3D World, Odyssey. There's evolutionary steps made, and it's not that, oh, now Mario has a new power-up, because that's the equivalent of saying there's new items or whatever. And it's not, oh, there's a new level. There's major changes, and I just feel that Animal Crossing is a comfort food franchise. Animal Crossing is... Nintendo has talked about this with Pokemon. They always know it's someone's first time. The new game will always be someone's first time, and they want to present the experience that you had at 10 playing your first Animal Crossing or your first Pokemon to the 10-year-olds of the current era. And that's why I think, like, if I had to bet on it, gosh, betting, freaking
Yeah.
GameStop stock and all that nonsense. But anyways, if
I don't even want to think about that. I'm gonna throw up.
If I had to bet on it, I would say that it will retain 90% of its core because that's just their philosophy with these franchises.
I saw this video of this guy saying if you invested your $1,200 stimulus in GameStop, you would have made $100,000.
Ooh.
I just don't want to think about that. I don't know if the math is right on that, but it sounds right.
Had you got out at the high point, basically, yeah.
Yeah. Days with the Five. In Isabel's evals, Dodo Air claims to have one plane, but Wilbur always refers to it with all of the flower types. Does this mean anything? What is that? What? One plane, but Wilbur always refers to it. I don't know. Does that maybe imply that Dodo Airlines is going to get some type of an upgrade? Maybe. But I think that a lot of the core of this game is set in stone. I feel like they could add islands and that would go perfectly like in line with it. Like, oh, we've discovered this Cap'n minigame island. Like that makes sense. Right. But I think the core things of this game are pretty much going to stay the same. Different flowers for different colored airports. Oh, like depending on your colored airport? I don't know.
I'd love to see a Dodo update. We've said that's like one of our most desired things is getting some sort of boost to the characters the mascots of this game.
My Nonner asks a pretty good question. Pretty great. Did this update, and I want to ask Zach, because Zach's kind of critical here. Did this update set the tone for updates in 2021? Will every update just introduce random small events with some new items?
I'm hoping I'm hoping this is an anomaly because they can't just keep re-announcing the same events, right? They can't re-announce Museum Day, right? Like future beyond the Mario one, if that does fall before the 20th, the update trailers would have to have new content. I cannot imagine a world where they're like, Earth Day, Leaf comes here. You know what I mean? Like I can't. Like it would have to be new, right?
Yeah.
And they're not going to uncover new holidays, I don't think. So therefore,
I think they're talking about the scope of it, and I'm still on the summer 2021 giant DLC train. I could be totally off base with that, but I just think it makes sense. Like a final sort of big update. I don't know. I mean, well, we look ahead to the Mario event, and to me at least, I don't know if there's going to be an event tied to it. Like for me, I think this is going to be an item drop.
Yeah.
I don't know if they do some sort of a maze, like, ooh, that'd be cool, like a Mario maze or something like that, but I don't know. Now, I would, if I was running this big corporation, I would debut the items early on Nintendo's island that you love so much.
Which I got so much flack for, by the way. I went back and looked at those comments, and apparently I was too critical. Guys!
Yeah. I don't know. I've seen people tour them, and like, yeah, they do get torn up.
My dog could build a better island. I'm sorry. They put their tools on the ground.
I could get the fact that it's maybe not a great island. It does show some like beginner sort of things, but there's not even any terraforming or waterscaping. Like, I don't know.
There's like zero design going on.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I'm with you. I'm with you, man.
Yeah, that's what Nintendo should do, but gosh. I think you're right about the item drop, though. I think that's pretty spot on.
Do you think there's going to be anything else with this? It just said Nintendo. I mean, it could be an item drop, but they could add functionality back into amiibos.
Yeah, or some other NPC, because it'd be really weird to not have anything like, oh, you know, they love their appointment-based gaming, they've locked events. It would be really weird to have nothing to do, to just be like, oh, check out Nook's Cranny for these new items.
Yeah.
Or check your mailbox or whatever. To me, that's not trailer worthy. Like, are they going to go through every single item? Like, I feel like there has to be something else there. I don't know. I hope.
I'm down with this Mario maze idea. Maybe with like pipes and stuff.
Like Rover 2.0?
Yeah. With Mario at the end. Would that be too weird?
No, this is the dream.
Are we ready to see Mario in Animal Crossing?
Does Smash Brothers stink? No, it's fantastic. So we need to have more crossovers. Come on.
Like, Isabelle is in Mario Kart and in Smash. Come on now.
Look, Disney does it right. Mickey knows the princesses know Mickey. Right? Mm-hmm. Like, Hercules can help defeat Maleficent. Work together. You have Legend of Zelda, Mario, and it's not like Mario's out here with guns. So it's not like, oh, it's this. I mean, they put freaking Mercedes in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. We can put Mario in Animal Crossing. Come on.
Michael Jordan played basketball with Bugs Bunny.
Hey, absolutely.
Come on.
Yes.
Here's a good one in the chat by Juliet. Do you think holidays will see any future changes since they chose to lock them? 3+ years of the same holiday event seems like it would be a bad decision. Okay. So past Animal Crossing games, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's never been an update to a holiday before.
Correct.
So, and you know what? And I've said this in streams before. I'm on the side of things that I don't want them to change the holidays, because to me, that's just Animal Crossing resources being used for one-day events, and everyone's complaining about one-day events. Mm-hmm. So wouldn't you want them to focus on Villagers or Happy Home Academy or something like that? To me, Jack was cute. I'll see you in October, brother. But I don't want an updated Jack thing. Like, I don't want the Animal Crossing team to be like, what are we going to do for Toy Day year 2? Like, oh my God. Like, just give us a New Year's banner, and there we go. Like, are you on that side? Like, do you want updated things? Like,
I would much rather have, substantial content that affects much more than, a day, like you said. But at the same time, it's like, how hard would it be to throw a few new items in each year? Like, how much development time does it take to throw a new color of this, or a new, you know what I mean? Like
a new final item.
Yeah, that can't take more than a few hours, right? Like, it just feels like it would be a really nice addition. But yeah, I mean, I personally think the locking is to extend the content, and I don't think it's because it's new stuff. So I think it's just to force people to come back and kind of play it, a point.
Like, I like the idea of like, oh, the spooky carriage is a year 1 holiday item, and like Jack's hot tub is like I don't know what they would add, but like,
Jack's hot tub.
I want that. Samantha with the 7. Do you think in year 2 current NPCs will get new items like Sahara, Leaf, and Flick, since most of their items, mostly everyone has them? That I would like.
Yeah.
I like the bug. See, that's different because the holidays are once a year, but the bug offs and the fishing tournaments are like 4 or 5 times a year. Add items. Yeah, go crazy with that. Mm-hmm. It could play out the same, but we just get new items. So that I'm for. What do you think about that?
I mean, they update the inventory of Nook's Cranny and Able Sisters. I don't see why they couldn't do it to Sahara or Kix or Flick and CJ. I mean, I think I don't really care that much about the bug offs or the fishing tournaments, but to me that's one of the most interesting things, because those get so boring after a couple times, or even one time if you're thorough. I'd love to see if they're going to just leave those be, or if they are going to be, adding a few things. I mean, look how many items they add to Pocket Camp. Just freaking take the Pocket Camp items, throw it through your Nintendo Switchifier, and put them in it wouldn't be hard.
And like, we got a glimpse of what that can do, like with this what is it called? The mermaid fence. Mm-hmm. Everyone started diving.
Yeah.
To get the,
It's genius. And that was completely accidental, but it would be genius for them to purposefully do that.
Yeah. So I don't know. I hope they do that. Like, diving could be expanded. Like, for me personally, Pascal needs like an update, and maybe Leaf. Like, that's my biggest thing. Give us more trees, give us more bushes. But like the holidays, at least for me, they can stay the same.
Yeah, that's fair.
I really don't care. But yeah, I saw this question. I don't know where it is. Oh, here we go. Ashley. Oh yeah, Ashley gave us. How do you feel about the comparison of Pocket Camp and New Horizons? And some people saying that they're going to solely focus on Pocket Camp now instead due to more frequent updates. Are there any features from Pocket Camp that you think may incorporate nicely into New Horizons? In my opinion, they're apples to oranges, and wishing microtransactions for items could be an incredibly slippery slope. That is the key there.
Yeah.
Because guys, as much as you want these items, you do not want this game to become a microtransaction mobile game. At least for me. I don't want that.
No.
But you know,
I mean, yeah.
Item packs and villager packs all day. Put them on the eShop. But like, I don't want to pay to craft this item faster. Like, no, I don't want to do that.
It just, what gets me is it just seems strange that they're so quickly able to generate new items for that, but they struggled to generate content for New Horizons, which, yes, it's not microtransaction based, but it's $60 every time someone, opts in. So that's still a moneymaker, and be good to keep giving us content. No, I don't want every item to become for pay. But I would not be opposed, personally, if it was like, oh, there's a special, I don't know, whatever it is, Zelda themed or, golden year 1 anniversary themed pack on the eShop, for $1.99 or something that came with, 6 items or 8 items or whatever it would have.
Like if they, I don't know, if they said, hey, here's a 30 item DIY card set for $2.99, I feel like everyone would buy it. Like it's just, I don't know. Jay, thank you so much for the 5. Do you think there could be a city island where you could fly to and have some shops, Shampoodle, Kicks, Gracie Grace, LaBelle? Well, Shampoodle is pretty pointless now. There's a lot of NPCs that are pointless. I think that's the way that you add substantial DLCs, is just add an island, an excuse to kind of fly somewhere or whatever. I would like a city island. For me, though, I want Harv's Island to be expanded more. But let's see. Chase said, I made a point saying that the content at the start is good enough to get your initial $60, but don't need to update it because it won't drive new purchases. Okay, I got to stop you there, beautiful Chase, because if they added a DLC and this viral Animal Crossing multiplayer game came out of it, then it would drive sales, right? It's the Among Us effect.
Well, and and it drives new purchases because it keeps it relevant. And I guess you'd think that successful updates keep people talking about it, keep people playing it, and that's more of a Me Too factor to want to jump in. I mean, it doesn't completely drive new purchases, but it has to play. There's a reason that companies want their games to prolong for years and years and not just be a one and done.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like a multiplayer update or something, like it could go viral again. Like Animal Crossing is not done, I feel like. But if they keep giving us smaller events that appease older fans, and I think that has to do with it a little bit. I think that this Animal Crossing team shouldn't make content geared towards New Leaf fans, because New Leaf, I love you to death, but you guys have had your time. This is Horizon's time now. So like, let's start putting it, and I know I might get blasted for saying that, but like, we need something new. We need new. And like, I don't know. I don't care if everything that was in New Leaf is added to New Horizons. For me, I don't care. I just want newness. I want some good stuff. But anyway.
It's very odd to be, for me, as someone that didn't really play the Animal Crossings prior, it's very odd to be part of a game where people are hoping that they re-add features that were in the last version. That it's like just such a strange concept. Because like, it's imagine if you picked up, NBA 2K 2022 and they're like, well, we removed the parks mode, so you can't play the outdoor street ball mode because I don't know. It's just so odd that we're like, I guess it's just the Nintendo conundrum. It's but
weird though. It like this game in particular, for some reason, maybe because there was more content or whatever. It's like, but we already had that in New Leaf. There are so many new players, not only that have Animal Crossing, but the Switch in general. So it's kind of weird to compare the two. Like, I don't care if some NPC was in New Leaf that's not currently here. I just don't think it makes that big of a deal.
But do you care if there's the last version of the game had more stuff than the current version?
Well, it gets dicey though, because the last game had Shampoodle. Mm-hmm. We don't have Shampoodle, but we still have a way to do everything Shampoodle did. So
right.
It's very weird to compare the two because, you may say that, oh, the last game had more charm, but like this is a new game. There's other things that are a bigger focus here
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think for New Horizons, customizing your island and, terraforming that is taking center stage. Whereas the other games, there wasn't too much to do. There
On
really
that
wasn't
front.
too much to do.
Yeah.
So like you had to add in as much charm as you can. Like, so for example, like there was a NPC called Shrunk who gave you emotes and reactions and stuff.
Right.
Now we just have reactions in the store.
Right.
So like we still have some New Leaf stuff, but it's like here we go with Joe with the 5. Do you think they could offer a paid DLC for like $20 and it would be and it would be, I don't know what this means. Comes with 2 villagers, but it's small. A $20 DLC comes with villagers, but it's a small. So what do you think about DLC prices for this game? Is there a limit that people are willing to pay? Like the game is 60. A new small island, I see. Oh, second island to decorate. I see. Okay. All right. I'm sorry about that. So like a second island with some characters, $20 to make a second island, everyone would do that. Because I literally bought a Switch to make a second island. So
yeah. Well, they won't ever give you I mean, I guess he's saying a smaller island. So they'll never give you a true second island. I would rather expand my island or expand what I'm doing versus more opportunity to start over, I guess. The price point though, like Nintendo won't go over 20. There's whatever DLC, like the hypothetical DLC that you really want, I don't think it'll ever be more than 20.
Unless how much was the Pokemon one, Sword and Shield?
They were each 20, I believe. But I'm just saying the individual DLC would not be 20 or more than not be more than 20.
Pokemon's a different beast though, because like there's 2 separate games attached to it and things like that. I would be willing. Wait, can we just back up to let's go to Breath of the Wild when that DLC was first announced?
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember the controversy with that? And it was so much stuff. It was adding so much, and you're dealing with a Breath of the Wild type thing where it's like hundreds of hours. This game's thousands of hours, and it would still get some controversy. But
that's where I feel like at some level, like Animal Crossing kind of exists in its own isolated world. Where like, I love the game. I hope they continue to improve it. But like, there's some things that just would not fly with virtually any other franchise.
Yeah. Chase said, I'd be down to pay a monthly fee to have a shared island on a dedicated server with 4 of your friends. The content would be impeccable and the game would blow up again. A monthly fee. That's actually an interesting point because Fortnite now has a monthly sort of like club or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That would be interesting. So like maybe a monthly thing where you share an island, you get 10 Nook Mile tickets every month, or I don't know how much they would give you, but like a subscription model, could that work with this game?
I mean, Nintendo won't do it, but it would be cool. I mean, any ways to enhance the community aspects and the multiplayer functionality, I think is fantastic.
Yeah,
I would just any more I don't care. Like the Sanrio cards could be the defining moment for this game because if they do deliver 6 new villagers for $6 or $7 or whatever, to me that like opens the floodgates for potential. If we are doomed to your future where it's just the posters, again, I mean I'm not playing anymore, so I don't have to worry about it. But you guys will be stuck with a very very scary game. But if they do deliver like 6 new villagers for $7 or $6, whatever the price is, and the cards and the items potentially. Man, I hope if those do well, I hope Nintendo, which inevitably they will, that Nintendo would continue along that. It's strange that, I know they've kind of slowed down on Amiibo, but they're putting out Amiibo for the re-release of Mario 3D World. So the fact that there aren't New Horizon cards is a little weird. The fact that there aren't New Horizon Amiibo, I hope that, and that's another reason, like I think they are going to be fully featured. This is their first opportunity to say, hey, United States, at least for the US, we have something new for New Horizons. Go buy it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it could be a floodgate moment.
Yeah. J-Riz with the 5. Do you think treasure islands have ruined the longevity of the game, especially seasonal, as you can get everything in one trip rather than playing the event? So treasure islands, I've never been to one. I have a hard time grasping exactly what they are because I feel like I've seen different versions of them. So like basically islands where you pay real money to go and like you can pay by time or pay by trips or something like that. But essentially, it's islands that have every single item in the game, every color variant, everything. Like, I don't necessarily think, oddly enough, I don't think that ruins the longevity of the game, because some people don't like the grind. Some people like the instantaneous, I have every item in the game, now I can start designing. So I feel like the longevity of this game is just a state of mind. Like, for me, I'm doing a new theme. I'm doing jungle. So I completely got rid of my villagers, completely did my theme over. So for me, that is going to create 400 to 500 more hours, I'm assuming. But like, someone else might be burnt out of the game and not want to take those extra steps to, make their game a longer experience. So New Horizons is this weird, like, your imagination and your state of mind is going to make this game bigger and better. And I think that's kind of where Doug Bowser was going for. And I hate that. I hope Doug Bowser did not expect us to, like, here's a new item, now make this forced perspective city. Like, that's not how this game is going to evolve. But yeah. Treasure Islands, I don't know. People, like, you can pay for them. Some of them are free. I've seen giveaways. I don't know.
Well, the good news is you're not forced to it. So if you want to have that longevity, just don't go to a treasure. Like, you know what I mean? Like, right? Like, you can opt in or opt out to that.
Yeah.
If somebody wants to go have all the items, like you mentioned, they don't have the time or the desire to grind, great. Yeah. I mean, unless you're frustrated that somebody else's island has more items, like, there's no harm, no foul, really.
Mm-hmm. UGC. I'm going to get that tattooed on my neck.
I will say, I'm not a fan of this thing where people can hack the items into the game as soon as the update drops.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know. I mean, the updates are already slim as they are. So, like, it would be kind of nice to organically see and get that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm surprised they haven't found a way to kind of cut that off.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't even talk about this, but, like, more hacked items are into the game. Like, you can get the final item, you can get feathers are hacked into the game. And, like, if they're going to make their way into the game anyway, if I'm Nintendo, like, just have the events unlocked. Like, I could kind of see why the Christmas event was locked and things like that. But, like, this is a Mardi Gras event. Like, give it to us, man. Like, I don't know. It's just weird. But Phoebe says, longevity of any game depends on what the developer continues to offer the players. Yes, but Animal Crossing is such a unique thing because it runs on a regular clock and it's just so open-ended. There is no objective, really. I don't know. I do agree, but there's some gray area there. There's like an asterisk there.
I also just think, like, I don't know, maybe it's just like a modern era thing, but, like, back in my day, you had to wait for the TV show to come on Thursday evening. So, like, the whole, I don't know, like, to me, it's like, and there's still games like that. Like, it's not like, oh, because Fortnite has an Avengers event, we can time travel to go play the Avengers event. Like, I really feel that for many people, or at least from Nintendo's perspective, that the allure of Animal Crossing, part of it is like, oh, it's a fun day in real life. I can share that in my Animal Crossing world. And that is a little bit taken away if you can just access it. So I personally don't mind them locking it. But
if this game came out in 2004 and everything was unlocked, would people still be playing it?
Probably not. I mean, with no updates, no, because there's no
Nintendo. And that's too general because, like, I don't like. I feel like people would still be like dabbling in it, but it wouldn't be like a daily routine, almost religion that we have now. Like, I don't know. Like, gaming has just evolved to the point where a game like Animal Crossing is, even we view it in a critical way. Like, this isn't really a game that needs to be updated like crazy. We've all got like close to thousands of hours with this game. It should be put to rest. Like, how many games have you played for thousands of hours?
Well, guys, me and Pat are hanging up the podcast. Thanks for joining us in the last episode of NookTalk. Animal Crossing Rise is being put to rest.
I love it. I love it, Joe. I love it, like the constant conversations, because, like, this is truly a great game. You cannot say that this is not a great game. The fact that we're talking about this almost a year later. So
they don't need to do anything, but they should, given the success. They should, given the way other games support their communities. They should, given how much money they're making. They should, given that it's 2021. They don't need to. It's plenty worth the $60. We had plenty of fun. We had plenty of good moments. I pay $60 for 8-hour games, and I'm perfectly happy. But I don't know that that means that they shouldn't try harder.
Yeah.
So.
Let's see. We have a cool question from Aaron Bell. With the current collab with ColourPop, what other brands would you like to see Animal Crossing do with Animal Crossing lines? I would love one with Funko. That would be cool.
That would be cool. Nintendo, they have a Pokemon Funko line. There's no Mario Funko.
Funko would be cool. Build-A-Bear, I heard rumors of it actually being a thing, so I don't know. Build-A-Bear would be cool. I don't know. Are brands willing to still collab with Animal Crossing? Is it the hot new thing anymore? I would love a Vans collab. Vans kills it. I love Vans.
I want an NFL collab where they assign a villager to every team and then deck them out in their gear. Cereal. Where's the Animal Crossing cereal?
Yes. Yeah. Yep, I want that.
The real crossover that we need is the expansion for Super Nintendo World needs to be an Animal Crossing expansion, so we can have a ride that you get on the plane, and then you go and you pass by all the characters and all the islands, and it's very Disney-esque and themed all to animal. That's what we need.
Legos. Chase says, I don't know, Pat. There hasn't been a single quality of life update. Doesn't seem like they're trying at all. I'm about to brawl with Chase. No. Well, here's the thing, though. What we consider a quality of life update, Nintendo considers charm, okay? So, all right, if Zach is coming to my island and it says Zach is on his way and it shows that little airport thing, Zach is coming, and then it shows it takes 2 minutes. That to Nintendo is charm. I don't know if they have a way to speed that up. I don't know if they want to speed that up because it's oh, this is cutesy Animal Crossing. What's the point of Zach coming to Pat's Island 20 seconds earlier? I don't know. Do you agree with that? Or
I just don't think they care. I don't think this isn't the hot matchmaking first-person shooter that needs to have, zero latency and better lobbies. Not to be whatever, but an 11-year-old goes and visits their 12-year-old friend on their island. They have to wait 20 seconds.
Yeah.
I just don't think that they really...
I do think that there
I don't know that I call it charm. I would just say that Nintendo is a historically stagnant company, and the Switch era might trick you into thinking that they are very flexible and have made a lot of moves. The consoles are region-free. First time that's ever been a thing. Wow, it's actually, legitimately, I'm not being facetious, it's a major move that you could log into the Japanese eShop, log into the European eShop, we can change our time zone, we can do all that. But this company doesn't follow trends. They don't move forward at the same speed as others. So I don't think for them they have this... There aren't community managers for the Nintendo games. There's Kit and Krista who sit there and, put on the outfits 3 weeks later after the update. They don't have people out there trying to really level with the community or trying to understand what needs to improve because they don't view their games in the same way. And that's where I go back to this idea that Animal Crossing, like Pokemon, it is an entity that exists and it's not to be messed with. And I think charm is a tricky word because it's not very charming for most people, but it's like Nintendo's sauce. Their sauce is that they make these games the way they make them and they don't technically change. They don't technically evolve. Mario Odyssey is one of the coolest Mario games of all time, and they delivered 0 DLC. The game is literally built for DLC with kingdoms and new levels, and they delivered 0 DLC.
That Luigi.
Balloon World?
That was sad. No,
I just think Nintendo, there are great aspects of them, and there are not so great aspects. And one is that there's not much movement. It is an Eastern philosophy. It is a Nintendo philosophy, and it is one that probably will not change anytime soon.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and we can point at older games too. You look at ARMS, you look at Splatoon. Nintendo's just not a company that can. Maybe they need to acquire some, team or whatever, but they're just not on the community-based game train yet.
Sony moved much of their influence from Japan to Europe and America, and look how that PlayStation 4 soared, okay? There just is a cultural difference, and Nintendo I guarantee will be unwilling to ever do that. It will be centered in Japan forever. And that's why Splatoon has you come back at certain times of the day for certain modes and maps, which is absurd. Freaking ridiculous. Maybe they can make some small improvements, but I think to expect them to speed up the dialogue, in hindsight, I was silly to ever even bring it up. Like that's just not what Nintendo does.
Yeah. And they have done some things that were very forward thinking. Well, inclusive hairstyles should be there day one, right. But like that was added in late. Mm-hmm. The added inventory, like that was something that I don't know. They may have added it because of all the items that were added during Toy Day. Like they have done some very, very small things, but I just don't think they view this game as sort of like a game that they have to update. I feel like, what is everyone complaining about? We sold 30+ million of this. Like this is a record for Animal Crossing. Right. So I feel like they are doing everything that they think is right. But like as a hardcore audience, and we are, guys, the fact that you're listening to a podcast about a video game, you are now in the hardcore of Nintendo games. I just don't think that they're catering to us. They're catering to the people that think the animals are cute.
Look at the commercials Nintendo puts out. Look at the audience that they desire to dominate. Right? It is the families. It is people that maybe don't play games, and that's not to say that they don't have experiences for those of us who do play 100 games a year. But their MO, and honestly, their ticket to success with both the Wii and the Switch has been a much more casual audience. And I just don't think they have the dollars or the mindset to deliver consistent updates, hardcore updates, all of that stuff. It's just, I guess we should just make a pact with each other that we're going to expect less. Maybe whoever said that was right. Expect less.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Yes, you are all hardcore gamers. I don't know. I feel like this update for me gets a pass, and that's weird because
when will we get a fail? What do we have to do? What do we got to do?
Here's the thing, though. If they said pave and they didn't like deliver on pave, I'd be like, you failed. But for me, seeing a graphic that says pave update coming soon,
but they also just showed Leaf on the Earth Day, and they gave us 10 times that.
Zach, it's like going on a date, right? You got to get to know the person. You got to listen to the background music. You got to talk about each other. Like it's a slow burn. This is January, Zach. All right. Okay, all right. Let's get to know my parents first, Zach.
All right. Get us to March. I'm gonna not.
If
I
this
wanted
was
the ring
a summer,
in month 1, but I'll wait. You're worth it.
If this was a summer update, I would be annoyed. But I feel like this is, for me, it's fine. It's a fun little thing. We have reactions. It's not the best update, but like, it's all right.
Can't wait till next month when they give you the mushroom and the star, and you say they delivered. Passing grade.
Technically, if they deliver Mario items, they do pass.
I don't think that that card is supposed to be the list of what they give you in the game, but all right.
Zach, a pass is a C though.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be an A. This one got a C from me.
Okay, all right. Hey, we're on the right. We're on the wrong track.
Did you see the maracas? What did Chase say? To play devil's advocate, they didn't expect Animal Crossing to be this big, and because of the COVID, they for sure had to cut back. I don't know. I'm not even gonna say it. I just feel like COVID is a very. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say like COVID. It does affect game developers. Obviously, people get COVID. People, especially in Japan. Japan is it's worse. So, but I don't know if something like updates to a game because they're literally delivering day and date, and they're even putting scheduling. And maybe we can talk about that.
The only thing I'll say from what I have read is that in some of these Japanese game studios, it is such an antiquated way of going about things. The example I'll give you is that they need to go from, there is a much greater hierarchy there. So going to your boss for approval there is a much more significant thing than it is here. And so the ability to interface in that same way from home, they were talking about a lot of these Japanese companies didn't even have the equipment at home to make these things work, that they were still operating on very antiquated systems and technology. And we're seeing countless games get delayed. So yes, like it shouldn't be a total pass, but clearly it does have significant effect. I don't know. I don't know. We don't know the structure. Is there a dedicated Animal Crossing team? Is this team onto something else and just a few people are left back? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Were all these updates planned? Did they have this grand 3-year calendar? Are they evolving as they go? I don't know.
I don't want to seem like ignorant to the fact that COVID isn't affecting people's lives. Like, it is, but you see Nintendo's track record now. Now we have, like, they're hitting day and dates with things. Like, we have the new Mario port. You have Pokemon Snap. Like, they're showing things that are coming out. We have Pocket Camp. It's getting giant updates. I know that's like a mobile market. It's probably like a lower scale. But I don't know how much this is actually affecting it. I just don't know. And we will never know. I don't know how much it's affecting game development. So
right.
I don't know if we can even comment on it. It probably is having some sort of effect, but a Pave update, I don't think is, I don't know. I just don't think it's having a big effect on a Pave update. So I will say it is a pass, Zach.
Okay.
I'm saying a
fail.
C.
D. Well, D's not even failing. Okay.
It got a D from Zach, everyone. It passed. Let's go.
It's about to fail out though. If the next update is, I don't know. I'm waiting for the Sanrio cards.
Sanrio, final take on this. Villagers and items.
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes, 100%. Yes?
Okay. I'm saying no. Chase gives it a C. I'm with you, man. Like, it's such a fun update though. But is it fun for 2 hours or 2 months? I don't know. That's the question.
Oh, it's fun for 20 minutes based on your earlier predictions.
Yeah, like a 20-minute update. But it did take me a while to get the items and reactions. And I thought it was cute how they did the NTDO for the NFL.
That was fun.
Zach's like, shut up.
No, I mean, like the stuff is cute, but again, it's like we're fawning over a football rug because that's all we got. So I mean, it's the items are cute. The final Pave item, you guys are in for a treat if you haven't seen it yet. We're gonna get those Sanrio villagers. I'm gonna harp on it every time we have a show. I really, really, if they don't, like I said, I'm done with the game.
Wow.
It would be immoral to sell those with all those pictures and then they do nothing. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited. That will be my favorite update. New villagers.
Okay. I mean, this next update has the making of being a big update, but you probably could have, clipped that same line from the last episode when we were like predicting this, but it is the 1 year. There's a lot of Sanrio, Nintendo rumors going around, so it could be big. Honestly, I'm okay with this update, but then again, I'm doing a jungle island with tropical item drop.
You called it very well. You planned perfectly there, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Getting good at this. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I want to reiterate that we are being critical in a way that your parents say, you can do better, son. Like, we're not actually.
So what would an hour and a 43-minute long podcast be if we just sat here and said, the update's great?
Like, we're not being too mean. No, I don't think we're being critical. We're saying the things.
I promise you, Pat will go and play the game after this, or at least first thing tomorrow. So he's not out. I'm not out. I will be with those Sanrio cards though.
Exactly. Anyway, I love you all, guys. Can we get some hearts in the chat? Chase, I love you, and I love everyone else. Bye. We're gonna leave. That was episode 28. We will see you soon.
Peace.